I am live on YouTube for the first time on my own channel. We'll pan this down here. I wanted to give an update on my project I did before. I posted a video. I didn't do it live last time. About the roofing and stuff and how they wanted $100,000 for a freaking metal roof. And then I almost signed I actually did sign the contract for a fiberglass roof. I think it was $46,000. And the financing, I had no clue what the finance charges was going to be or anything. So luckily, I was able to cancel that contract. They were really good salesmen. They took me upstairs and pointed out all this stuff. Said the slate was bad, showing this and that. I know there's problems with the roof and stuff, but they were making it seem a lot worse than what it really was. So I was convinced. I mean, there's issues for sure. I mean, I'll go ahead and show. Let's see, show the upstairs here. I got a little slideshow I'm going to show of what my house looks like here, and we'll bring that up. This is my house, and see right here it has a slate roof, and there's a little window that's in the corner in the right hand side there. That little gutter up there, anyway, I'll get to that here in a minute. But this is one part of the roof up here. And I'll keep on going, and I'll bring this back up later whenever I go through a few other things here. But as you can see, that slate's all discolored and stuff, and I have want to keep my lightning rods, of course. But anyway, I'll bring this up later on here. So, like I was saying, they had me convinced that the roof was no good. Well, a buddy of mine, he talked me into calling Durable Slate, and they scheduled to come out. And the guy come out, and he looked at my roof, and he sat out in the truck for a while and was drawing diagram my roof and everything, and whatever. And when I finally met him, he's looking at that, and he's like, "Well, that's what do you call it? Green Mountain weathered slate, or not Green Mountain, but Vermont green weather slate." He said, "Let me look at it and see what it looks like. But I imagine with some repairs and some maintenance, that could last another 100 years." Boy, you're talking about being excited about it. Yeah. So he got up there on the roof and looked around, and my main issue, well, the valleys, the peaks, there's peaks and then the valleys where the roof comes together. That needs to be replaced there in the valleys. And there's, I think he said 21 different slate that need to be replaced. So there's lots of valleys, or there was 3 valleys that need to be replaced. But the biggest issue is my gutters. I have what they call box gutters, and they're built into the roof of the house, and you can't just put new gutters on. They have to be relined, and they range from anywhere from $300 to $400 a foot to reline them with copper, soldered copper. So anyway, I'll go back to this video here. As you can see, we got that's what those around the top there. That's box gutters and stuff. Let me go back here to this section I had right here. Play the you got the window right there in the center of the picture. Then you got to the right of it, there's a little window right there. And there's a little section of gutter that's higher than the front section. They're going to go ahead and repair that one. I mean, reline it. And then they're going to replace 21 shingles. And they're going to do the valley on that right above that gutter. Then there's a valley on the other side. Then there's a valley behind. Let me see if I can go up here to another section here. I don't think I can. There's a valley over there on the left there. And then there's another valley behind that. And then the vent pipe up top, they're going to put a new thing around it. And they're going to repair my gutters seal them up, try to seal them up and make sure they'll last a little longer. And all that's only going to cost $10,500. Sure beats $46,000, and it definitely beats $100,000. So that was just awesome. I'll go ahead and play this video on through here of my what my roof looks like. And they said the discoloration of the roof there's nothing. I can clean it off, get power washer or some sort, and put it on there, but it doesn't hurt anything. That's just what it is. It grows like moss and stuff on it, but the slates are actually in good shape. So, and of course, I got all my lightning rods. I want to keep those for sure. I got offered, I think, $300 a piece for those. But and right here is my attic. So eventually, I want to do something with this, turn it into something. I don't know. I could put a whole other apartment up there if I wanted to. It's so big. And here's another section of my attic coming up here. There it is. These cabinets are up there too. It's pretty cool. But there, I'll bring that back up. So that was a great news. So I'm actually going to do it in two stages. I'm going to do basically half this summer. Then I'm going to wait till spring and do the other half and pay cash. No more debt. I'm still working on getting out of debt. So yeah, there will be no more debt. So my next project after that will be the upgrading of the electric, because I have all pretty much knob and tube, and the circuit breaker is circa 1950s. It's not fuses, it's actual circuits, but there's a couple lines that was upgraded for heavier duty stuff for microwave stuff in the kitchen. So that's going to be done. Give me some more. I got a new rye whiskey, 1776. And what does it say there? It's got the Gadsden flag snake. Born with the Republic. That's pretty good stuff. Pour me a little glass of that. Also on this video, I'm going to go through a slideshow showing my progress where I turn this, where I'm sitting here in my basement, into a bar. And I'll get in that here in a second. But yeah, that roofing, that was great. So I don't know how much it's going to cost for electric, but I got that, and I want to add another bathroom. I want to do some more work down here to the bar, a few things here and there. But main thing is the bathroom, extra bathroom, and the electric. There's a bunch of other stuff that I want to end up doing, like the attic and stuff like that. But we'll go ahead and go through the process of putting the bar in the basement and show the slideshow for that here. Finish bar slide. There we go. Okay, this is what my basement looked like when I first looked at it before I moved in. When I walk down in this section of the basement, I come into the front room of the basement here, and I immediately said, this is where I'm going to put my bar. And this is looking the other direction, so I have actual steps that lead to a door that goes outside, which I'm going to replace those steps and closing that in with old barn wood. So that, yeah, and the floor is all newer concrete and everything, because this was a flood area. There's another picture of the area here, but back in 1954, they had a major flood here, so this basement's been redone. So that's why with a 125-year-old home, you usually don't see basements this nice. And there I put my dad used to lay carpet. He retired. He gave me a bunch of remnants, so I put it down here in the basement, covered the floor, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it right away, because I was thinking, I really don't want a bar. But so I went ahead and set up for my daughter to use it as a nail salon. So she likes doing nails and stuff. Eventually she wants to get into that, but it really stunk up the house. So that didn't last too long. I did buy her a new, well, this is looking the other way. I bought these shutters to kind of cover these water softener and the sewer pipe over there. And as you can see, the carpet and stuff down there. See what else we got here. All right. That one's not, something happened with that picture. But that's another picture of the shutter covering the sewer pipe there. And let's see. Come on. All right, yeah, I bought her this for her birthday, I think. It's the nail salon desk here. As of now, she's got it out on the patio outside, or on the first floor there. We got a nice little patio with crank open windows and stuff. Okay, this was what I was thinking for my bar. I was going to buy a prefab bar cabinet, and this thing was like $1,000 at the local hard or furniture store. I almost bought this, but it's really cool looking, but I really wanted something unique to myself, and this is not exactly what I was wanting. So I was thinking, yeah, I'm going to build my own. Because I mean, of course, I have more than I think probably more than $1,000 wrapped up in mine, but it's bigger. We'll get into that here in a second. But this, I ended up finding this on eBay or no, on Facebook Marketplace. I'll pause that for a second. The guy actually makes barn doors for like barn style doors for it's on tracks for inside your house. This was made for someone's bathroom, and I guess he measured it wrong. So he took the two sections and then put a trim around it and put them together and sold it as a bar top. So I purchased it, and it's pretty cool looking. It's raised, and it's not. It's just pieces of pine and been stained and stuff. So what I did is I took that trim off the edge and separated it so I could have a two-tier bar, a lower tier in the backside where I'm sitting down here, and then up here is a higher tier. I think I used here. This is prefab cabinets I bought from Home Depot. I figured I'd use those as the base of the bar. So I got this one with two end ones with drawers. Here they are in my garage, and I had no one to help me carry them to the basement, so I loaded them up on my little wheel cart and carried them across the yard. And then I actually manhandled those down into the basement by myself. And here they are sitting down in the basement where I positioned them. And I used them big zip ties to lock the doors so I couldn't, or keep the doors closed so I didn't, they didn't open on me when I was carrying them down in the basement. And there it is again. It was a job, and I trying to figure out exactly how far out I wanted to go with it and make sure they were straight. Of course, they're not. I ended up not actually attached to the floor. Then on Facebook Marketplace in Grove City, they had this advertised, the refinished antique piece buffet. So I picked that up for a pretty decent price, and I wanted because I was looking for a back bar, something to put back there, and I didn't know what I wanted, but I ended up buying this, and it worked out pretty well. So yeah, it's pretty nice. I had to end up buying some magnet door latches to put underneath to keep them doors shut. You'll see them later on here in another video. Here's another picture of looking at the bar back here. And I was thinking about covering that part where the stools and stuff go with like paneling that looked like wood. And here's picked up my Great Lakes sign. There was I made a rendering of what I wanted the bar to look like before I actually got it, and I found a picture of this on the wall or on the internet there, and I ended up finding that thing. It was kind of expensive, but here you can see the two-tier bar top. So I basically lined this one up on the right there, the lower one, and I think it was about a 2-inch overhang there, and then I attached it down, and then I used 3 2x6s to line that way to raise the top part. Go ahead and go on up here to the next one here. It takes a second. Then there's I found some brackets I really like, but there's looking at it from this angle here, showing everything. This was a major project. I all last summer, that's basically all I did when I was off was work on this down here. And you can see where I took the drawers and stuff out. And of course, I'm drinking some good old PBR as I'm doing the work here. And I ended up having to cut pieces of barnwood to cover that there in the middle there too. And so I ended up finding barnwood on Facebook Marketplace for pretty cheap, $10 a big board, and each board was able to cut in half, and I used it on the front of the bar and the side of the bar. in place of paneling, which worked out pretty good. There it is there. And I found those brackets that worked out really well. I think I can't remember how much overhang. I think there's like a 12-inch overhang. Yeah, about a 12-inch overhang, maybe a little less. That might be about a 9-inch overhang. So, and then I had to figure out how to cover that corner. I'd never really done much with woodworking, and I bought all kinds of saws and stuff, and got a shop out there in the garage, and I did pretty good. I'm still learning, but I really like to learn how to do it better. My great grandfather had a woodworking shop. He made all kinds of stuff. Here's a close up of the 2x4s where I put them on there and screwed them down. And you can see where the barnwood's there covering part of it. And we'll go on to the next one here. Okay, I ended up cutting, I wanted a mirror, and I will look for all kinds of different mirrors. Well, I cut these pieces out and stained them. They were for a mirror that I bought, and you'll see it here later on, but I was going to use that as the border. And then I had a piece of wood right there. I used it, I cut it, and I was going to liquid nail the mirror sections. They're in 12 by 12 sections, and they make a picture. Well, I had it measured out good and stuff, and then later on, I was like, wait a minute, this is too big. I was like, this is not the right size. So I ended up cutting an inch off the height and an inch off the width, which ended up screwing it up. So I couldn't use my stain trim. So I didn't know what I was going to do because I didn't want to go buy another piece of plywood. So I ended up going ahead and gluing the panels down on the board, and then I ended up using the wood and stuff to kind of stick it down there and make sure they stuck real well, because I used what they call liquid glue. As you can see behind me here, that's the ship. It's a Cutty Sark. My grandparents have this in their dining room, and I really liked it. And I ended up finding this on eBay. It was $45, but it was $50 for shipping. So here'd be another picture of the box that come in. Mirror scenes. I think it was late 60s, early 70s they had these. And they had the peacock and a couple other ones like a hunter scene and stuff. But the Cutty Sark was something I really wanted, and I was surprised to be able to find it. Okay, there's the section there of the bar where I actually got it finished and covered up with the barnwood really well. It turned out not too bad. And we'll go on from there. I put this slideshow together earlier, just kind of, okay, here's the Cutty Sark. And I ended up, since I couldn't use my stained trim pieces, I ended up buying some cork and gluing it on there. So it turned out pretty good, especially with the lighting I have behind me up in the vents. It's a strip lighting. I can change colors and stuff. It just kind of looks pretty cool. We're going to go on here to the next one. Okay, this is pretty cute. I put these pipe shelves up here and used old barnwood for the shelving, but this is Snowflake. He decided he was going to go up there and hang out. I can't believe he got up in there like that, but he ended up almost getting his head stuck. You'll see here in a second. It didn't get hurt or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. But you see right here, he's trying to turn around, and he's a silly cat, I tell you. Here in a second, he's going to stick his head in the little bar there, and he's actually going to get stuck for a second. Here he goes. Right there. The phone's going off here. There he is. He's got his head stuck. There he's trying to get out. He starts freaking out. It kind of freaks him out, so he's pretty much done after that. He's like, yeah, maybe I better get down. I was watching the State of the Union with our brain dead occupier of the White House, but I can't listen to his crap. He has totally screwed our country up. If you don't like what I'm saying about that, you don't have to watch my stuff. Of course, ain't nobody watching right now anyway. That's all right. Anyway, let's go on from there. There's back it up here. Yeah, he's still up there. There he's getting down. I had a shorter section of this. I cut it up a little bit. But there's looking at the back bar with the Cuddy Sark and everything. That mirror ended up turning out really nice. All right, now I wanted to put a TV and my stereo stand over here in this section near the bar. I was trying to come up with a way to build something to put stereo on. I wanted someplace to put record albums because I'm going to start building my album collection. I got a pretty decent collection here. And this lamp here I bought at a antique store. I ended up hanging it and wiring it into the main switch. So when I come down here, there's a switch above the doorway, and I flip that, and all my lights come on at once. My Great Lakes Brewing, here's what it looks like when it's lit up. Well, you can see it in the background here. I don't know why I put it on here now because you can see it behind me. So there's the light again. I put low watt Edison style LED bulbs in these here. So next, I got a message earlier. What was that? Let's see, what was that? Oh, okay. Cool. And so I bought this cube and decided to use it as the base for my stand, but I wasn't going to just leave it as a freaking cube from Walmart because it looks kind of bad. So I ended up staining these pine boards for the top and another shelf above that. And I was cutting up old, I didn't know if I had enough barnwood, so I bought some shiplap stuff, cheap stuff from the hardware store, and I was cutting it up, put on here, and I ended up not liking it. But one of the pieces, when I was using my table saw, I was cutting a sliver off. Well, this table saw, it shot that little sliver of wood out, and here in a second you'll see what actually happened when this happened. Made me sick. But here, yeah, this is the design I made here for the stereo. So there's the barnwood on the side, and I used pine board stained on the front and the tops and stuff with the iron pipe for the shelf. But here in a second, that piece of wood shot off and hit the back window of my freaking F-150. I hadn't even had it for like 2 months. You talking about ready to, I almost lost it. Luckily, my insurance was able to get me with Safe Light. There, I don't know what happened there, but you can see I'm still finding glass in the truck, but they was able to fix it the very next day, and it didn't cost me a dime. Thank goodness. But it shattered that whole back window. Okay, here's that picture again. So I had backlighting behind it, and I ended up taking it down. Well, I couldn't get the stick, so I got to redo it. But I might end up putting more backlighting back here. And of course, you can see there's a old realistic stereo. I only paid like $40 for that thing. It needs a good cleaning and testing. I need to get it to the shop, but I have it put away now because I end up swapping it out. You'll see it on one of my other videos for a Pioneer that I bought. I purchased this from an antique store. Excuse me. I want to use it to put the fridge on, but it ended up being too tall. So right now I'm going to put some stained wood up on top for an end table here. And I purchased this. This was supposed to have a glass top. The guy had a pine board round top on it, but it wasn't stained. So I sanded it down and stained it and put shellac on it. And that's my little bar tops table over in the corner, over on the far wall there. And here's the stand I ended up putting together with barnwood and 2x4s and some stained pine for my fridge, and another stand, and then my subwoofer goes down in that bottom section there. Here's some pictures of the pine wood that I stained and put shellac on. It's not perfect, but I'm learning. It's fun. Later on, I'm going to have a video showing us, or show some pictures and stuff of when I did my daughter's floors, sanding them and put polyurethane, which they're definitely not perfect. If anybody professional looked at them, they'd be like, "This looks terrible," but we like it because the house isn't perfect. It's never going to be perfect. Well, here's a picture of I purchased that mini fridge for my daughter. She had it for her dorm room for one semester when she went away to college, and she needed money. So that was a perfect little fridge for what I needed. So it worked out pretty good. As you can see, my subwoofer there underneath the There, like there. It works pretty. I wish I would have made the cutout a little bigger so I could move the subwoofer out. Might do some more modifications to it later on or change something around. But okay, here's a picture. The bear lamp my daughter's got me for Christmas recently, and that zoo today at the zoo was from actually the Audubon Zoo in New Orleans. My sister worked there, and she brought it back when she moved to Ohio. So I use these utility lights. I purchased these from Walmart. They have the clamp on them and stuff. Well, I took the clamp off and I spray painted them like a hammered black, and then I attached them to the iron pipe and hung them up there and ran wire to them. And here in a second, you'll see that I connected it with a dimmer switch. So they have 25-watt Edison style LED bulbs in them, but I have a dimmer switch, which you'll see here in a second. Um, yeah, I keep saying There it is, the dimmer switch up in the ceiling, so I can turn them up and down. Matter of fact, I'll turn them up and down right here. That's cool. Oh, I need some more out. Here's the stereo I got set up now. So I got the Pioneer. That's a 1977 Pioneer. I purchased that on eBay, and it was supposed to be in perfect working condition. I think with tax and shipping and everything, I paid like $700 for that thing. Well, I get it, and it doesn't work right. It's one of the channels is messed up. It's got noises coming from it. So I took it to a place called Stereo Lab in Columbus, Ohio, and there's I guess the old vintage stereos are kind of popular right now, so they're on a backlog. So they had it for almost 3 months. It ended up costing me altogether, I think, $225 to fix it because they couldn't find the parts. There was a couple transistors and stuff. But boy, oh boy, it's only rated at what, 65 watts a channel, 75 watts in the 4 ohm, and it's good quality. I mean, the controls and everything are just amazing. But that thing, pretty amazing. I have 4 Bose Inner Audio speakers from the late 70s. The woofers were rotted out in. I'll have some video of that later on. Actually, you can see where I did them on one of my other YouTube videos, but I replaced those and I put them on the, as you can see, let's see, this way. Yep, there we go. There's a speaker there, and it's on iron pipe stand over there. But I got 4 of those, the subwoofer, and this is a Bang & Olufsen turntable from Belgium or Denmark. And the CD player, it's a Sony CD player, single CD. I bought the thrift store. I think I paid $30 for that one. And the realistic equalizer, I paid like $30 for it on eBay plus shipping. I think maybe $50 altogether. It's pretty good. So we'll go on from there. Ain't nobody watching, but they'll watch later maybe. Let's see here. Okay, now I use the Walmart rewards card, and you get 2% back at the store and 5% back on online. So I do all my grocery shopping online now and have it delivered. It's pretty nice. But so let me go back to comments here. Oh, DLT long here. Live again. You're missing Pretender and Cheese. Okay. We are moving in the attic. Awesome. I didn't have the comments turned on, so I couldn't see what was going on. Let's see. Well, anyway, I ended up getting 107. What did I have? $175 worth of rewards points on my Walmart credit card. So I bought this 42-inch TV. I was going to go bigger, but the space I had, I was looking, and 42-inch was good, and I had this one on sale for $175. So basically, I didn't pay anything for it, and it's not a bad little TV. The mount ended up costing me like $30. We'll go on from there. Okay, here's a picture where I got it hung up there, and there's the table that I did. And that lamp over there with the square shade I bought for like $6 at the thrift store. Here's another picture of the bar area after it's all been done, with the TV over top of the stereo and stuff. And let's see here. As you can see, I got all my whiskeys and stuff, and there's a bar. Okay, here's that Pioneer close up, and everything's just so well made. It's nothing like today's stuff. I mean, this thing is just amazing, especially if you open it up and look at the inside it's basically two separate amplifiers in one. There's my one of my Bose speakers that I redid. And let's see what we got here. We'll go on from there. Okay, and my grandfather, my mom's father, had a bar in his basement. It was more like a tiki bar. He had a fishnet hanging from the rafters with actual dried starfish and stuff in it, and he had bamboo stools and a small bar, and he had that Charlie Weaver bartender. Actually, my uncle has it still to this day, and it actually works. I picked this one up. It's missing the glasses. I picked it up in Zanesville at an antique shop for $30, and it's got battery. I need to take it apart and take the batteries out of it that's corroded in it. It might work. I don't know. And there's a little bottle there on the bottom shelf there in between the two bars. That was also my grandfather's bar. I was given that for Christmas by my mother because I wanted to, have stuff to remember him by, which is really cool. Let's see. There, and then I ended up buying these. I bought one of these Bear bottle openers, and they sent me a cast iron drawer pull, and I messaged them on eBay and said I didn't get my Bear bottle opener. I got a cast iron pull. Well, later on that day, I got another package, and it was a Bear bottle opener. And I told them that I got it, never mind. Well, they sent me another one, so I have two of them now. And so I mounted them on each side of the bar back there. It's pretty cool looking. So we'll go on from there. I got to get a piece of plexiglass or something to cover the bar so it gets protected from the bottles and stuff. We got little Miss Yuki come in to say hi. Yuki, kitty, kitty, kitty. What are you doing, baby? What you doing, pretty girl? Okay, this is the fridge. Well, my daughter, she put the van stickers on it, and then there's Magnolia Thunder Pussy. It's a record shop in OSU campus. It's a pretty cool place. It's been around for quite a while. There now this wooden shoe Heineken Lager was also in my grandfather's basement, which I was like really ecstatic to get. It's pretty cool. I always remember my grandfather had the Pepperidge Farm goldfish, and the goldfish and the little pretzel fish he put in there for a snack. As you can see, it's right here. It's pretty cool. You can find different ones, but they don't look quite that way. And there's my wine rack that I bought. I need to put a second section up in there to put more glasses on. And the little cat holding the bottle of wine, that was my aunt and uncle for Christmas. They make fun of me because I have so many cats. And the little sign up there, it said, I told myself that I should stop drinking, but I'm not about to listen to a drunk that talks to himself. I think that's what it says. I thought that was pretty cool. I haven't a couple other ones I haven't hung up yet. That beer sign there, that was a German beer sign. It's pretty neat. I got a few more things I got to hang up here and there. There's my lamp that I bought. Okay, free beer and topless bartenders and false advertising is what that one says. Now I got that metal rack for CDs. I know a lot of people don't listen to CDs, but I still do. And there's another picture of the bar. Done. You know what it looks like now. And I think it's going to bring up a picture of the rendition I made of this is what I did on a computer to make it what I wanted to do. Of course, the TV there and the Pabst. I still got to get Pabst Blue Ribbon sign, and that was a picture of a Great Lakes sign that I thought would be cool, and I was lucky to find one. So that was pretty neat. And here it is again. one last time. The card table, and we play games down here and stuff, and got a few things to hang up, but that's pretty much it. Remove some studio. Time for another glass of. Yeah, I got some more ice over there. We got an ice maker, but I'm afraid to run it right now because I got the electric pretty much jimmy rigged with some stuff. Well, it's not jimmy rigged, but it's them things. I think they take a lot of power, and I'm afraid to plug it in. So I just get ice from the my fridge upstairs in a styrofoam cup, and I stick the styrofoam cup in the refrigerator there, and it lasts for a couple days actually. But let's see what else I got. Got my Jack Daniel's rye. I really like it. It's a good cheap whiskey. Here's another good cheap one. George Dickel rye. I thought, well, you know what? I want to see what Scotch is all about. I got some Dewar's. It's different. I'm not a big Scotch guy. Now this is one of my favorites right here. Michener's. This is a straight rye. Really good stuff. And here's their bourbon. It's good too. Really like it. And in my globe right here, I have Bullet Rye. This globe and glasses my sister sent me for my birthday. Yeah, I think so. Then she sent me some whiskey stones. Now my daughter, she had a 21st birthday party down here, a bunch of friends from work, and she bought vodka and all this stuff. And yeah, she didn't make it past 10 o'clock that night. She had a little too much to drink. Anyway, I got a few bottles of good wine. I like a dry wine too. This is one of my favorites right here. 1924 bourbon barrel aged double black Cabernet Sauvignon. Yeah. And let's see. I have another 1924. Oops. Let's break up the glasses. Double black. I guess this is the same stuff. I guess it is. And then we have Freak Show. No, this isn't Freak Show. I ended up getting Juggernaut. Hillside Cabernet. It's pretty good stuff. And I do like to try local wines too. Kendall Jackson. I've never tried this. I thought I'd check it out and see what it's like. And I have over here, I have a local wine, which is a sweet wine. It's Raven Rouge, Raven's Glen. It's a semi-sweet red wine blend. It's pretty good. But I'm not big on sweet wine anymore. And I'm not really big on beer anymore either. Beer is kind of... I drank one earlier on a live stream with my buddy Shane when we did our paranormal live stream here. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Biden's done. Yay. He's an idiot. I'm going to go over here. Some of his wonderful thoughts. He's such a how do I want to say it? Very, very intellectual, very, very well spoken. You know.
They actually breathe in my nostrils to make me move.
They breathe in his nostrils to make him move. And then
they're gonna put you all back in chains.
They're gonna put you all back in chains. Yeah.
200 million people have died. Probably by the time I finish this talk.
Really? 200 million people? I'll tell you what, this stuff is going on over there in Ukraine. I know a lot of people, oh, it's Trump's fault. You know, he did this, made our relations bad with the Ukraine. No. I don't understand how people can say that Trump was a Putin's puppet. I mean, no, it's not. I don't know. I'm not getting into it tonight. But anyway, this has been fun. A lot of gibberish, a lot of talking bull crap. I'll get into more of this crap later on. So, yeah, if anybody watches, fine. If not, oh well. We'll listen to some something here. Happy Gilmore. There you go.
I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
No. Stay out of my way. Are you okay? Listen to what I say. How about I just go eat some hay? I can make things out of clay and lay by the bay I just made. What do you say?
What do you say? Anyway, as I was saying before, if Trump was still in office, this would have never happened because Putin knew that Trump wasn't going to put up with the crap. He senses weakness with Biden, and he wants Biden in office. I mean, it's everybody thinks that he wants Trump in office. Why would he want Trump in office? Trump was hard on him. Trump he was trying to make sure we were number one. And anyway, I'll go on and on. Well, anyway, that's enough for tonight. I had a couple, two people in here? DLT, my buddy DLT Lawn Care, and then some American, I don't know who that is. But yeah, DLT, he put, let's see if I can, I'm trying to use a touchscreen. I don't have a touchscreen. You're missing Pretender and Cheese. Yep. We're moving in. They're going to move into the attic with me. Him and his wife. But anyway, that was good. It was fun. I'm eating some. Hey, DLT, Shane. Yummy nitrates. Duke's hot and spicy shorty sausage. All right, I've had a few too many, so it's time to shut her down. Good night.